What up, Matrix? Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Tenfold Live, which is brought to you guys by Liberty. So, remember we are live every day from Monday to a Thursday, except for a Friday, from 5 to 6 p.m. And you guys are to tune in, please. And always remember to send in your questions via our Facebook line and our WhatsApp line. And there is a prize, guys. If you send more questions and we like your video, then definitely we'll give you a TV, which is a 19-inch screen TV. In the video, remember to show your face, show your question, and tell us your name, and then we'll assist you. For the past 2 weeks, we've been with you trying to do analytical geometry, which is quite a big portion of paper 2, yet an easy portion of paper 2. So just remember, today, tomorrow, we're completing analytical geometry. The next week, we're going to be with you again, revising your past papers. If you've written your maths papers, I hope you guys ace them. If you have not, remember, good luck. And it is time. So since it is time, just take out your phone, WhatsApp your friends, and tell them to tune into channel 319 so that they can see some exciting maths being done here. Right about now, we're going to go into an intro video. In this intro video, before we go there, I want you to settle down, get your water, get your pen, get your paper, and then just wait and be with me. I'm going to be with you guys from now to 6 p.m. and we'll be doing some analytical geometry together. Just remember, guys, there's also an app that we have brought to you by Liberty. The app has a new feature, which is a live stream. So your friends who do not have TVs and DSTVs, they can just get to their phones, download the app, which is Tenfold Education. It is available on Android and iOS. So let them download it and tell them that they can live stream us and just look at us and whatever that you are doing. So right about now, we're gonna go straight into an intro video. And when I come back there, then we'll go into a question that was sent through by Bongiwe.
Analytical geometry, also referred to as Cartesian or coordinate geometry. Analytical geometry uses algebraic methods to represent and solve geometry problems. The correspondence between geometric shapes and algebraic equations means we can convert geometric problems into equivalent algebraic problems and solve using algebraic methods. To be successful at analytical geometry, you will need to understand all of the work done up to grade 11 and, in addition, the concepts of equations of circles, equation of a tangent to a circle, and length of a tangent to a circle. In preparation for your exams, make sure to watch all of the analytical geometry videos and attempt all of the assessment equations at the end of the lessons. Once you have mastered those skills, the career video will take you beyond the classroom. Analytical geometry is roughly 40 plus minus 3 marks in the final exam, which is approximately 27% of Maths Paper 2.
Hi guys, welcome back. I couldn't realize that analytical geometry was such a big part of paper 2. They say it's 27%. So remember, if you are with us, then everything can go well. And also, they are just telling you what exactly is it that you can look for in terms of the app. So please guys, download the app. You can watch our content videos there. You can also live stream us. Right about now, we're going to jump into the first question. And the first question was sent through to us by Bongiwe.
Hi Tenfold Education, my name is Bongiwe September and I'm from Amazing Grace Private School. And I would really like that you guys help me with this question under analytical geometry. The question says, calculate the coordinates of the center of the circle which passes through A, B, and C. Thank you so much.
That's such a nice and interesting question that Bongiwe sent there. And just for Bongiwe sending that question, she has won herself a TV, which is a 19-inch screen TV, courtesy of Tenfold. So remember, if you send more questions as well, then you can also win that particular TV screen. We'd also like to send a shout out to Liberty for sponsoring us, because without them, we wouldn't be here. So let's just go right into the question that Bongiwe sent to us. And the question reads, refer to the figure. The vertices of triangle ABC are -3 and 9, 11 and 9, 13 and 1. And then the very first question, as you can see, there's the diagram there for you. The very first question says, calculate the equation of the perpendicular bisector of BC. Now, the very first thing that I'm thinking when I'm looking at this question is, what is a perpendicular bisect? So there's two important things that they said. The one, perpendicular. So perpendicular, if there's two lines, it means the gradient, the product of the gradient is equals to -1. Number two, it's a bisector, meaning it passes through the midpoint. So let's just have a look at what exactly we can do with this. So there's two important things that I mentioned there. The fact that M of the line that they said we should calculate an equation of, multiplied by the gradient of the line BC, which is what it is perpendicular to, must be equals to a -1. That's the first important thing. And then the second important thing, the fact that it passes through the midpoint, or rather it is a bisector, it means we also need the midpoint of BC. And then that's going to help us find the equation that we want to find. So let's just first find the gradient of this line. I will say multiply by, this will be YC minus YB. Remember, change in Y over change in X. XC minus XB. And all of this is equals to a -1. This is multiplied by, and then let's just substitute the coordinates. B has 11 and 9, and then there's 13 and 1. So that means it's going to be 1 minus 9 divided by 13 minus, let me just check whether I substituted correct things there. This is going to be 11. Then is equals to a -1 multiplied by M. Let me just call this M and not really M of the line, so that we then know what exactly we are talking about. Then M multiplied by, this is going to be a -8 divided by 13 minus 11 will then be a 2, is equals to -1. Then what I have here is M multiplied by -4 is equals to -1. That means my M will then be equals to 1 over 4. So that's the first thing. So remember, an equation of a line is always given by Y is equals to mx plus C. So currently I have my M there, which is 1 over 4, then X plus C. So now I need to find what my C is. But now to find the C, we'll then go to the second important thing that we mentioned, which was the fact that it is a bisector. So it means I need to find the midpoint of BC. So midpoint BC will then be equals to XB plus XC divided by 2, which is also with YB plus YC all divided by 2. Just remember, guys, you don't really have to cram these formulas. They are there in the information sheet. So you just need to look at what the information sheet is saying to you. XB will be 11 plus a 13. So this is 11 plus 13 divided by 2. And then YB rather will be 9 plus 1. So this is 9 plus 1 divided by 2. Then this is equals to 11 plus 13 is 24 divided by 2 will then give me a 12. And then 9 plus 1 is 10 divided by 2 will then be a 5. So this is the point that I'm going to use to find the value of C in this formula. Now I will then say, using 12 and 5, I will then substitute it into this equation that we have here. Remember, we need to find C. This will then be Y is equals to 1 over 4x plus C. And then substituting what I have there, I will then say my Y is 5. This is equals to 1 over 4 multiplied by 12, then plus a C. Solving this, 1 over 4 multiplied by 12 is 3. So this is going to be a 3 plus C, and then here I have 5. Therefore, remember, I need to then subtract this both sides, which is the 3. Then I have my C as equals to 2. Now, therefore, my formula will be, or rather my equation will be 1 over 4x plus 2. Now, just looking at the diagram, it kind of does make sense that it is passing through 2 because the line will roughly be something of this nature. So it will be passing there at 2. Hence, we found our C to be 2. Now, let's just jump into the second question. Now, before we go there, I'm just going to copy the equation down here because we might need it somewhere. This is 1 over 4x plus 2. Remember that is there. Then the second question says, calculate the coordinates of the center of the circle, which passes through A, B, and C. Now, if you look at this particular thing, we are talking about a circumcenter. Circumcenter means you're going to have a circle around the 3 coordinates, or rather 3 vertices of a triangle. Then from the center of that to each vertex of that particular triangle, the distance will be the same. So that's the point we're going to be taking to talk about this. So it means what I'm trying to say to you guys is, when I'm solving this, firstly, I will say, let's call, let the center to be equal to P. So let me just let the center be equal to P, which is X and Y. Then I will say AP squared will be equals to BP squared. Why? Because the distance from this P to the A, which is the vertex there, and the distance from the P again to the B will be the same because it will be radii. And then when I substitute there, I will have x1, just to write the formula there for distance, it will be x2 rather minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared is equals to, and then remember these are for AP rather. Then BP will then be also the very same thing, x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1. Remember, I keep on saying again, don't memorize the formulas, just know how to use them because they are given to you in the information sheet. Now, to substitute the coordinates here, I will use P as 2. So it will just be x minus, A will be 3. So it is positive 3 there, plus my y will then be y, which is P. And then the y for A will be 9. All squared is equals to, this is a squared. For BP, I will use my P as number 2 as well. So I have x minus. Then here for x for B will be 11 squared plus, and then I have y minus. The y value there for B will then be 9 squared. Now you can see that the 9 here, just forgive me there. Okay, you can see that this part here and this part here are the same thing. Therefore, they will then cancel out. Then I will be left with this one, which is x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus. This will all be divided in or subtracted from this, which is x squared minus 22x plus 121 if you expand the bracket. And then x squared will subtract x squared, 6x will be plus 22, which will give me 28x, and then 9 will minus 121, which will be negative 112 equal to 0. Then I'll have 28x is equals to 112. Now to solve this, I will have my x is equals to 4. Just when you press your calculator, 112 divided by 28 will be 4. Now, remember this said the center. It didn't say that we need to find only x. But remember, this equation here is a line that passes through the center since it is a perpendicular bisector of that. Therefore, to find the y value, I will then say y is equals to 1 over 4 into 4 plus c. C is 2, sorry about that. Then this is equals to 4 multiplied by that is 1 plus 2 is equals to 3. Therefore, the center will be 4 and 3. Now, quickly, you need to look at this, guys. What the question wanted you to do is know what a perpendicular bisector is, and also it wanted you to know what how to actually find the center of that. You're gonna quickly go into an ad break, and then I'll talk to you when I come back.